Hey guys, it's Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk. And today I'm going to do my promised video about Book Bash 2013 in Orlando, Florida. I had the best time and I got to speak with so many amazing, inspiring authors, and I got to talk to so many of my subscribers that I did not know were going to be there. There were so many people that approached me saying, I saw your video on Hopeless, or I saw your video on 50 Shades of Grey, or I saw one of your videos, and it was the craziest, most surreal experience to have people come up to me and recognize me from my YouTube channel. I can't get over that. And then I think the craziest moment was when someone asked me for my signature. I don't think I got her name, but I know she watches my channel, and she asked me to sign her shirt, and I don't even know what to say. That was so flattering. So I'm gonna go through my entire experience from the airport all the way till coming home. I'm gonna talk to you in detail about it, and I'm gonna go through lots of the swag that I got. Lots and lots of swag. They had some awesome shit, let me tell you. Airplane ride was really chill. I'm kind of an anxious flyer, so that was a real plus. And so I got to Orlando International Airport, and they have one of the most beautiful window ceilings, that's what I'm gonna call it. And so I got to Orlando International Airport and shuttled over to the DoubleTree on Major Boulevard where the whole Book Bash event was taking place, and I got my room. And when I was checking in, out of the corner of my eye, packed down with all of my luggage and whatnot, and looking really attractive after that plane ride, I saw Lauren Billings out of the corner of my eye. And then I saw Christina Hobbs, and I was like, but you're not supposed to be here. Up to my room and I got ready because there was a pre-registration thing, and as far as to my knowledge, the pre-registration was supposed to be you get your little armband, which makes going into Book Bash tomorrow a lot easier and faster and smoother for everybody. I happened to bring my camera with me just out of luck, and there ended up being a lot of authors there, and I got to say hi to so many of my favorites. And because I realized that there's going to be 70 some odd, I don't remember how many there ended up being, a lot of authors were going to be there, and I thought, if I don't get the chance to go by their line because I know they're hugely popular, at least I can say hi to them now. And I'm gonna say everything is so crazy because it was one of the most surreal experiences to have someone that you admire so much to say basically how much they were fangirling over you, but really it's usually the other way around, and it was a really crazy cool experience. And so I got to say hi to CJ Roberts and talk to her, and she recognized me, which was crazy. That was really cool chatting with her. And then I got to see Gretchen De La O, and I've spoken to her a couple times, and I'm about to start reading one of her books. And I got to talk to R.K. Lily, and she was so incredibly sweet. And her husband's a real crack up. He's got me with that camera joke. And then I got to talk to Colleen Hoover. It was just the craziest moment when she recognized me from kind of the group of people that were surrounding her. It's just the coolest thing when one of your favorite authors is talking to you about how much that they appreciate what you're doing. Jamie McGuire was much of the same with my Walking Disaster video that I did of her book. And I still remember that day when I found out that she just was posting it everywhere. And Abby Glines was such a sweetheart, and she was saying how my YouTube review of Fallen Too Far was one of the most entertaining she's seen, and I almost feel like I'm bragging, and I'm so not intending to do that, but I'm just kind of repeating what they're saying, and I thought it was the coolest. I think hands down one of the most awesome experiences when I was there was while I was waiting in line to speak with another author at the pre-registration, Aletha Romig, the author of Consequences, Convicted, and Truth, approached me. That's not how it ever happens or is supposed to happen. It was really heartwarming to have an author come up to me, little old me. That is just the weirdest thing and the coolest thing. Okay, so now I'm going to get into Book Bash. It was definitely an early morning for me and a late night because pre-registration was a little bit late, and then I'm on Houston time, which is a little bit different from Florida, and so I went to sleep rather late and woke up quite early because the pre-registration line to get in there was quite long, and I was anticipating quadruple that, and I was safe to do that because holy crap, that was a lot of people waiting in line to go to Book Bash. They had a Starbucks in the hotel. Thank the coffee gods. And while waiting in line, I got to speak a little bit with Liliana Hart and her friend Kim, who got to be a really great buddy of mine during Book Bash, and got to sit in line with her for a couple hours. Us women bonded in our dresses sitting on the ground, and I got to talk to so many amazing ladies, and I have a picture of them right here. I just made so many amazing friends while I was there. everybody was so kind. I think it might be just because we all have something in common, reading, and we're okay about talking about romance novels. I'm gonna go through each of the tables that I went through, and I got a picture with the authors, and I'm gonna say a little bit of what we talked about. I got to talk with Aletha Romig, got to say hi to her again. And oh, I have news for Convicted, you guys. I think you might be interested. And October is when we can expect Convicted. And I got to talk to the lovely ladies, Christina Hobbs and Lauren Billings, who write under the name Christina Lauren, who wrote The Beautiful Bastard, Beautiful Stranger, Beautiful Bitch, that whole thing. They were the goofiest and sweetest ladies, and I literally ran into them, like, I feel like 15 times throughout my stay there. Throughout each time that I did run into them, they were incredibly sweet and offering help in any way they could, because I had mentioned that I'm a writer. They were just so kind. And I got to meet Jay and Dar Howard, the author of Sempre Forever, which I have not read yet, but I want to, and I'm really excited to get to it. And I got to talk with Erin Noel and her lovely PAs. And I got to talk to J.A. Radbursky, the author of The Edge of Never, and she remembered me. You look familiar. Why do you look familiar? Oh, the video. I had lots of those moments. And I got to talk to Katja Millay, who apparently had seen the video of the Sea of Tranquility that I have at. And I got to say hi to Abby Glines once again. I also got to stop by Colleen Hoover's table. And I got to talk with Willow Astor, of which her book I have read the sample on and plan on continuing very soon. And I got to speak with K.A. Tucker, the author of 10 Tiny Breaths. And I got to say hi to Tamara Weber, who I love the purple in her hair. That was really cool that she had going on. I met S.C. Stevens. And guys, I'm prepared to virtually see your jaws drop because it happened every time I said this to anybody at Book Bash. I haven't read Reckless yet. I know. I'm like 11 pages in. But everyone has been telling me they're happy tears, that it's not the sad wanting to strangle Kira tears, it's the happy goodness stuff, so I will read it soon. CJ Roberts was also there, and I got to say hi to that crazy lady a couple times. She is definitely a hoot. Georgia Cates was also there, the author of Beauty from Pain and Beauty from Surrender. Miss Carrie Haywood, she is just a blast. Me and her lovely PA had a photo shoot at one point. I don't know how it happened, but we did, and it was really fun. And her PA sitting there with my camera. Okay, be sad, be angry, be concerned, and be sexy. And it was so much fun. She's the author of Him, by the way. That is a new release. And Miss Renee Carlino. I ran into her quite a couple times and afterward at Angstfest. She is so gorgeous, and she was just really fun to be around. And I got to see Gail McHugh, author of Collide, and Pulse is out now, I know, and I want to read it. And I got to say hi to the very nice and very tall Ryan Winfield. And us women, let me explain something to you really fast. Any man in there that was not married off, our eyes found very easily. Very easily. I mean, it was a giant room of estrogen. Any testosterone there, easy to find. And so a lot of us were oogling over the very handsome cover model, Paul Maroon. Let's just say he had a table full of women at all times. And I also got to meet Lisa Renee Jones, the author of If I Were You, Being Me, and Revealing Us. And she has a new adult book coming out. When I get to my swag, I'll be sure to mention that. And so while I was waiting in the FedEx line, I had someone hold my spot. I honestly did not want to carry that into an airport again. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to spend $30, ship all my books back home. And I ran around the corner and Sylvia Day was still there. I didn't get to see her, okay? And so I was like, oh! And so I just grabbed Reflected in You out of my bag. I dashed over there. I was surprised that I actually got to see her. I really was. And that was awesome that I had that chance. And now we're going to talk about Angstfest, the after party, XOXO After Dark. I mean, so many amazing friends who had an extra ticket that got me into Angstfest. They were such a blast to hang out with. Alice Clayton grabbed my boob and Lauren Billings humped me. Needless to say, Angstfest was a pretty eventful after party. Jay Sterling was kind of like the life of the party. That she can dance. I got to see Sylvia Day again, and she was so nice, and I loved her dress, and she loved mine. And then I got to say hi to Ryan Winfield again with a couple of my friends. And I met Rebecca Donovan, who I wasn't able to go through her line because it was too long at the time, which made me so sad, but I got to see her at the after party. I really did just have the best time, and it was so great to get to talk to them, and because they really are all just such inspirations. And so now is the time to go through the swag. Join me over here. The Forever Yours. This thing was lusted after, let me tell you. I have lots of little things, and this is the one in particular that was the Lisa Renee Jones. Lots of Megan Hart things. Oh my gosh, R.K. Lily had some of the coolest swag, let me tell you. We have lots of Erin Noel and J.M. Darhauer, and lots of Maggie Myers. We have a Maya Banks pin that my friend Haley was so nice to give me because I didn't get a chance to see her. I have Inksfest stuff, the XOXO After Dark. I have, and this thing cracks me up, the signed napkin from the Truth and Consequences series, the Red Wing. That was quite funny. And some lip gloss. I think hands down though, it was the condom that Tara Civic gave out that says, Gavin tested, vagina approved, your balloon suck, Carter. I'm actually gonna go through the mug because that's what I was known as, the girl with the mug. And that's probably what I'll still be recognized as. But I got everyone to sign it. Only one signature smudge, which makes me really sad, but hopefully I'll get to see her again and I can get a better signature. Abby Glines' signature smudged a little bit. Sad face, but I mean, most of the others were completely fine. Colleen's did a little bit, but I have plenty of Colleen signatures, so it's not heartbreaking. But CJ Roberts, Gail McHugh, Christina Lauren, J.M. Darhauer, Tamara Weber, Georgia Cates, Ryan Winfield, Katja Millay, Renee Carlino, K.A. Tucker, Colleen Hoover, S.C. Stevens, Willow Astor, J. Edward Mursky, R.K. Lilly, Erin Noel, Carrie Haywood, Maggie Myers, Aletha Rome, like so many people signed this, and it was so cool, and it's a great thing to keep around now, and it'll be up on my bookshelf. All in all, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had, and I can't wait to go to another book event again and meet lots of fans and other fellow readers and have another amazing time sometime in the near future, I hope. I will see you guys later next time on Bookworms Talk. Bye!